Now, today we're unpacking a story that's gone viral for all the wrong reasons. Now, a black man named Keanu Evans fought for his safety aboard a Frontier Airlines flight, and despite being cleared of any wrongdoing, he's now battling public perception because once again, a black man was seen defending himself, and the world said he must be the aggressor. Let's watch this clip and come and discuss.
I've been getting a lot of hate speech. I've been getting a lot of negative comments, but I'm also getting an overwhelming amount of support. And for everybody who does support and is taking the time to go down the rabbit hole and find the truth, thank you. ABC, Good Morning America, I wish you guys would reach out and actually get the true story. There's plenty of witnesses who were around me in the vicinity, and they posted their own testimony to social media, and it aligns with the story that I told WSVN and what happened. I was the one who got out of my seat and went to the restroom. I was the one who told the flight attendants about the disturbed man who was sitting behind me because I was in the front seat and he was in the back seat. And I informed them that this man is giving me threats and he's saying things to me. Before I even got up out of my seat, I had my headphones on. I'm listening to music. I'm looking outside of the window, admiring the sunset, and I hear somebody faintly laughing behind me. I can't hear it that loud because my headphones are on, but he was laughing that loud that I could hear him faintly in my headphones. I thought it was just a normal person watching a movie on their phone, some kind of funny movie, and I paid it no mind. But the two young women who were sitting next to me, they kept breaking their neck to look back to see what he was laughing at and what was wrong with the guy. And after they multiple times kept looking back, it made me a little worried. So I took my headphones off and I looked at them, and they looked at me with concern about the person behind me. I turn around and I ask the guy, "Are you good?" And he starts doing that villainous laugh again. Ha 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 ha. You're nothing but a weak man, a mortal man, a puny man. Like, he's saying things like that to me, nobody else. To me, I didn't even know this guy was behind me the entire flight.
Now, let's go back to what actually happened, right? Keanu Evans was on a flight from Philadelphia to Miami when he noticed something quite strange about the man seated behind him, who was Ishan Sharma, right? Now, Evans says Sharma was acting erratically, and he wasn't just fidgeting or being loud, he was making disturbing, threatening attacks. Let's watch. Now, to be honest, that's not the kind of thing you ignore at 30,000 feet in air. Keanu, doing the right thing, stepped away to use the restroom and stopped a flight attendant to report the bizarre behavior, right? And the flight attendant told him if it continued that he should press the assistant buttons. So Keanu returned to his seat, but things only got worse from there. Let's check this out.
And they told me to go back to my seat and press the button if he continues. So I do just that. I walk back to my seat. As I'm sliding back through the aisle to get to 18F, which is where I was sitting, he's jawing off at me again. "Oh, you weak man, you go to the restroom and you're looking at yourself in the mirror because you're just a weak man. If you challenge me, it will lead to your death and your destruction." He's saying evil things like this to me. And as soon as he starts jawing off again, I just get up, I press the button, and I turn around and I question him. I said, "Yo, what's your problem? You know, I'm not with any of that demonic stuff that you have going on." And he gets up immediately. He puts his forehead on my forehead, face to face, and he grabs me with both of his hands and he starts to choke me. You guys are saying things, oh, if you're a man of God, why didn't you use your words? Why didn't you rebuke him? What would you do if you were in a confined space on an aircraft and another stranger you don't know stands up and starts to choke you? I defended myself. I did what any rational person would do. Okay? I genuinely concerned for this man, Ashan. Whatever demon, whatever situation he was going through, I pray that man gets the help that he needs, because that is not okay. When is it okay to put your hands on another human being on a flight for no reason, unprovoked? I did nothing to him. I was minding my business the entire time.
Then, when the situation exploded, Sharma allegedly leaned into Evans and placed his forehead against his and then grabbed him by the throat. Now let's stop right there. Imagine yourself, a black man, confined on a packed airplane, physically attacked, choked, and you're supposed to, what, smile, breathe through it, to turn the other cheek? Now, at that moment, Evans said that fight or flight response kicked in and he was in a tight confined space on an aircraft and all he could do was defend himself. And that's exactly what he did. Now, the passenger video shows Keanu fighting back hard and overpowering Sharma. And you can literally hear the passengers yelling, let him go, stop, right? Even flight attendants struggled to break it up. By the time they landed, Sharma had a black eye, busted lip, and a mugshot waiting for him. Keanu walked away free with few scratches, and the system recognized who started it, but the internet had other plans, unfortunately. Soon, the video went viral, but not with context. It didn't show the threads, it didn't show the chokehold. It just showed a black man winning a fight. And in this world, when a black man defends himself, we all know that he's the one who's put on trial by public opinion. People online accused Keanu of provoking the incident. One TikToker user wrote, I heard you were provoking that man the whole flight. Now, where did you hear that? Not from facts, not from bias, but from the deep-rooted belief that when a black man is in a conflict, he must have started it, even when the bruisers say otherwise, and even when the police say otherwise. Let's watch this.
I was prepared for all the racist comments and the hate speech and things like that, and honestly, it doesn't faze me. The only thing that upsets me is that these news outlets are reporting false narratives, and everybody is starting to run with it and believe it. Take the time. Go to WSVN on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Go to WSVN and search the news and listen to the story. There's a young woman named Melissa who was on the flight, and she was helping break up the fight. She was right there when everything happened, and she tells the entire story on her Instagram. I will tag her Instagram in the comments. Go watch it for yourself. Don't believe everything the news puts out. They just put out silly narratives without having the real truth behind the entire story. Thank you to everybody who's supported me. Thank you to everybody who's reached out to me with encouragement. You guys have been nothing but uplifting through this entire experience. Everything in my life just changed overnight. All because of this one incident. I don't condone violence. I don't condone things like that. But I also don't believe it's okay for another man to attack another man unprovoked. I don't believe in that. And I believe you have every right to defend yourself. And that's exactly what I did.
Now, it's quite unfortunate that we live in a world that is so obsessed with policing black emotion. Black fear is always labeled as aggression. Black survival is always called overreaction. And black self-defense is always deemed as violence. We know that we're always told that we should remain calm, even when our lives are in danger, that we must swallow fear, swallow rage, and swallow pain to make other people comfortable. And if we don't, then we're labeled a threat, we're labeled criminal, or even worse, a villain in our own survival story. Now, that's what happened to Keanu Evans. He did what most people would do, and yet he's now defending himself a second time in the court of public opinion. Meanwhile, Sharma's legal team had the nerve to claim that this entire incident started because he was meditating. Yes, meditating. His lawyer said, and I quote, "My client is from a religion where he was meditating. Unfortunately, the passenger behind him did not like that." Come on. This isn't about meditation. This is about a man threatening someone's life and getting the consequences of initiating violence. The defense isn't spiritual, but it's a gaslighting. They're using religion as a shield from accountability. And here's what this moment shows us, family, right? That they don't believe we have the right to defend ourselves. They still don't want to hear our side of the story unless it fits their narrative. And they still see our survival as violence. But Keanu Evans is not the aggressor here. He's a black man who survived something traumatic and is now surviving a second round of racist misinterpretation. So to Keanu, we say, we see you, sir. We believe you. We stand with you. And to our audience, speak truth, share context, defend each other. Because when the world tries to rewrite the script, we write it back in full. I'm Naledi Mfoloe, and this is ADNC, where our truth is global, is powerful, and unapologetically black. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again.